Hey guys, thanks for, how did you get in here? Wow, I didn't hear you come in, but thanks for joining me. Welcome to the 6th installment of Miss Walsh's Distance Learning Guided Activity video. I'm your guest host. My name is Lucien, for those of you that don't know. For those of you that do know me, maybe you know me by Mr. Lucien, maybe Lotion, Luscious, Lucifer, there's a lot of options. But welcome, thank you for joining us. And today we're talking all about engineering and specifically making paper airplanes, because airplanes are cool. Some of you I think have flown on airplanes, maybe gone to Vermont, Florida, Germany, El Salvador, right? I know I've been a lot of places and I love planes. So I'm going to show you how to make 2 specific types of planes. There are many you could make, and you're free to look up how to make those on your own time. Today we're going to focus on 2 of my favorite. One, the jet, fast, goes straight, long distance. This is going to be your go-to paper airplane for the rest of your life. It's very fast to make and easy to make and pretty consistent the way it flies. The next one, a little trickier but also fun, is the stunt plane. And a little shorter, a little fatter, but also not too difficult to make, believe it or not. Just requires a lot of folding and maybe some scissors if you want to cut some elevators in the back. But that's what we're going to do today. So again, thanks for joining me, and bear with me as this is my first time on the other side of the camera. And Miss Walsh makes it look really easy. So starting with water.
Go.
Carbonated water might not have been the best choice, but what you need is paper and clean hands. Go wash your hands right now. Soap and water, 20 seconds, or if not longer, because it's great to have clean hands these days. And then get some scratch paper. Ideally, if you've already drawn on something, it's not ripped or crumpled, reuse it, right? Why should we waste if we already have something that we can reuse? I happen to have, does that look familiar? Show Me the Money, anybody? I'm not talking about the Jerry Maguire film, I'm talking about the previous film. 5 dimes, how much is that? 50 cents, how many pennies is that? 50, good. So, take your piece of paper, and the first step we're gonna do, you can come in a little closer and watch me work. I'm gonna go pretty fast, just so we can get through this in under an hour, and you're welcome to pause and rewind and re-listen if I'm going too fast. First step for making our jet, that's what we're gonna start with, is to fold this paper in half. Lengthwise, like you're rolling up a taco or a hot dog or whatever, fold lengthwise. See if you can get those corners to match. That's going to be your first trick, which I am going to do like this. Get them to match. When they're happy, bring your finger down, get a crease in there, push it over, hold it, crease it over. You have a pretty great half fold. Open that back up. This is going to be your guiding line here. Let's make the nose of the plane. Pull in either side first. Get it to where you like it. Hold it. Crease, finger, crease, finger. Nice. Do that again. Hold it when you got it where you like it. Crease and crease it. If you want to give it an extra strong crease, take your fingernail, push it right along those creases, and they'll stay right there. Let's keep going with this wing. We need to make it nice and streamlined. So we're going to take the edge of this paper and we're going to line it up with that middle crease line. Just like that. Hold it where you like it. There you go. Fold it down. This should come to a nice point there. And repeat for this side. Nice and straight. Boom. See, it might bunch up a little bit like that on you. No problem. You just have to encourage it to fold over. Maybe it's not absolutely perfect, but good enough for a paper airplane. Nice and symmetrical. 2 triangles. And next step, fold it like a taco or a hot dog in half. Line it up, crease, make sure you're creased all around, nice and tight. If you want to take that fingernail again, great. All right, let's make some wings. This edge of the plane, we want to come and match perfectly with the bottom of the sheet. Just like that. You only need really a small segment of it to match up, because the rest is, of course, going to come along. It's going to bunch up a little bit on you again. Just help it get to where it needs to be. Another crease. So far, so good. Flip it over and do the exact same thing for this one. This edge coming to this edge. Boom. That. Same thing happens here. Push it down. And do you know what? Just like that, you're done. Unfold those wings. And you've just created your first jet paper airplane. Or maybe not your first, maybe your 100th. Maybe you already know this design. Great, now you can practice and perfect it. Put that aside. We're going to show you some techniques on throwing these right at the end of this video. But right now we're going to keep powering through to show you how to make a stunt plane. Get my little airport over here. Now let's make a stunt plane. You notice it's a little shorter. It's got a little bit wider wings. It's got some stabilizers, some elevators. It's pretty cool. There's quite a bit going on, but it's also pretty straightforward. Get your sheet of paper again. Still have clean hands, hopefully. You might recognize that one. You can answer that on your own time. Let's do this. A little bit of a different start than the other one. First of all, fold the top of the paper over to the side to make a nice triangle, just like that. Open it up. Do the same for the other side. Lining this nice and straight. Hold it, crease it, crease it. That was not a great creasing step on my part, but that's okay. Back open. Notice you have kind of a little X going on. That's great, that's what we want. Flip your paper over. Top of this piece is now going to go to just the bottom of that X that you made. You can almost draw an imaginary line right across like that. Watch how I do it and then copy me. That was a pretty good fold. See where I went with that? I took the top of the paper right at the tip of the bottom of that X that you made. That's where I'm folding it to. Give it a good crease. And then one last time, I need you to flip that upside down. Great. This is the tricky part. We want to push this down a little bit. And if you do it just so, you'll notice that these wings, if you will, start to come up. And you can almost grab these like little tacos or hot dogs again, overusing that metaphor. And I don't know how to explain it other than doing it. It's gonna all fold in to, hold on, wait for it. Oh my gosh, look at that. It folds down into a perfect triangle.
Wow.
Yeah, mind's blown. It took me a long time to be able to do that quite that gracefully, so take your time and feel free to rewind that video and so you can see how I did that. But let's keep going because now we're getting into more of the fun part of this construction. Take the tip of this wing, fold it to the top of the nose, give it a crease, do the same for this tip, top, give it a crease, maybe try to be a little more careful than I'm going because I'm speeding ahead. Next step, got your plane, got the nose of your plane, hold on to the nose of your plane like this and just fold that tip right up to the bottom so it lines up as you see on your screen. What did I do there? I took that top, folded it. You can see how it's again folding right down that imaginary line into itself, making a nice crisp triangle. Triangle, triangle, triangle. If you know, if you see some, forget it. So fold it in half, because we want to make some wings, just like that. Give it a good crease at this point. Maybe use your fingernail. Maybe push down on it if you don't really have strong fingernails. Whatever you need to do, give that a nice crease. And here's probably the last tricky step. I recommend taking your tiny little finger right here, about a finger's width. That's about where you're going to fold it over. Where your finger is, like this. If you want to then remove your finger to push it down, however you want to do it. But your goal is to have this front piece be this front edge be flush. Once you think you have it where you need it, go ahead and crease that over. This is a pretty important step. You don't want your wings too skewed. So see if you can do that right. What did I do again? I had it like here. Had my pinky just to give it a little bit of a sense of how far I'm folding it over. Remove your finger, push down, hold it, crease. Flip it right over, and this one's going to be a little easier because you know where you need to go. Match that wing with this wing because we want identical wings, ideally. Hold it, crease it. This guy's getting pretty fat, so you're going to have to really push down or get somebody with bigger fingers to push down that front. And what's starting to happen at this point, you can unfold it a little bit and you're going to start to see that it's taking shape. Only 2 more steps left, and that's going to be the stabilizers and the elevators in the back. Stabilizers, similarly, take your tiny little hands like this, fold it over. Doesn't have to be exact. Once again, fingers here, here. Ideally, you want the same fold that you did over there, so you wouldn't necessarily take it over like that. Symmetry is the word of the day here, which you don't know, but you can look it up. It just means everything is the same on one side as it is on the other. Pretty good. Now you can make elevators in 2 different ways. On this one, all I did was took my thumb and my forefinger and I pinched it up. Took my thumb, my forefinger, pinched it up. Pinch, pinch. Look at that. It's giving you some elevators up, and that helps the plane fly. Or perhaps you are allowed to use scissors, like I am, in which case you could very easily cut a 2 small slits, ideally equidistant, but you know, maybe it's a finger's width for fun, just to give you some sort of reference point. You can flip those up a little bit. No idea if this is clear for you, Carl. And that's it. You just made a stunt plane. And a very different design, as you can see, from the Jet, but sort of same concept. They have wings. And we are going to now show you how to fly them. We're going to give you some techniques on how to throw each one in a different way without knocking things over or poking anybody's eye out. So we'll be right back with that. Hi guys, welcome back, even though you might not have gone anywhere. We are outside and we're going to test fly these planes that we just made together upstairs. Starting with the Jet. Remember, this is based on speed and distance, so it's going to go straight and it's going to go pretty far. You don't have to be outside to do it. We're just doing it outside because we have a stunt plane that we do want to be outside to show you. Best technique here is you're bringing your hand back and you're releasing the plane just before your hand starts to come down. If you release it too late, your plane's going to go straight into the ground and crash. Too early, it's just going to kind of go up and then drop. So just right here. Watch how we do it. Here we go. That was a pretty good one. Wow, even stuck in the grass. That's cool. Let's do another one. Straight back. Just, whoa, okay. That was awesome. I couldn't have planned that better. Stunt plane is going to be a little different. You don't want to throw it as hard. A stunt plane isn't trying to go long distances quickly. It's trying to do loop-de-loops and boomerangs and whatever in a pretty small space. So they're kind of fun to do in a large living room or basement or even outside. Let's see what happens. It's a little windy out, but here goes nothing. This is the one we made. Got my elevators. I've got the left elevator a little bit more up than the right because I want it to go left. You can do it however you want, and you probably won't know really what it's going to do until you test fly it like we're going to do right now. I'm a little nervous, but let's do it. So the trick with these is you're throwing it way more up than the jet. The jet was going long and straight. This one is going to go up, and just a gentle throw up, loop the loop, comes around, little boomerang, boom. That was awesome. Let's do that a couple more times. These are all different, so these might do different things. Let's try it out. Getting a little windier. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Whoa. Into the neighbor's yard. Awesome. Last one. Still with me, Carl?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Left elevator up. This one not quite as up because I wanted to do that left. And a nice gentle throw almost straight up. Like I was born to do this. That's what we've got for you. Hope you enjoyed our extra long video, and we'll tune in tomorrow where we're doing a guided read aloud, actually with me. I'm going to be reading aloud the true story of the Big Bad Wolf, the true one, TMZ style. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.